Okay, this is an awkward occurrence, awkward entertainment. We're gonna make this a quick video. This news about Joshua Brown was shot in the mouth and chest, but the update is his lawyer is not sure if he was shot in the mouth or chest, so they're waiting for the autopsy. And this news broke like a little over maybe 2 hours ago. So a lot of YouTubers was uploading, doing videos about it. And the article they was reading said mentioned conspiracy theories, mentioned assassination, and also mentioned social media was the ones talking about, oh, he was assassinated. And my bring that up because there's nowhere social media could have said anything about a conspiracy or he was assassinated by cops when social media just got the report of Joshua being killed. Like we just got this report like 2 hours ago. Right now, this is agenda free TV. If you go back to his broadcast, you can see where his lawyer came out with a statement saying they're not sure he was shot in the mouth. They're waiting for autopsy. But this plot twist. Joshua Brown, the witness who wore shorts and a Dragon Ball Z shirt to the court hearing, was shot.
Its Google reviews are 3.5 stars. Where he was shot, what part of his body.
I'm gonna get the chat out of the way.
Botham Jean's neighbor, he lived. Reyes says this could be anything from a robbery, carjacking.
And it could be anything from robbery, carjacking, or it couldn't have happened at all. Like I'm leaning toward this is a whole hocus pocus script. And people want to claim the cops did it, but Joshua Brown gave every last bit of information he had on record at the trial already. So there's no point in cops shooting him because he testified against Amber. Amber Lynn confessed to killing Botham Jean, and the jurors. That's what the jurors. That was the smoking gun when she said, she intended on killing him. So the reason she was convicted was because she did it. She killed him, not because what Joshua Brown said. All Josh said was he heard gunshots, and he was coming from.
I think that's it.
All he says he heard gunshots and he heard them talking. Right, he heard them talking, and they didn't have a romantic relationship. They weren't a first degree premeditated.
I mean, before Jean was shot and killed by police officer Amber Guyger. To utmost this at this trial. All I can do is report what I've seen. So, knocked on. So it looks like a former athlete, Brown. So you have some leeway to say what you want as long as it's respectful, but please don't use all capital letters. About the 2018, about the crime on the property, it's an issue, but that's expected when you live in the city. I wouldn't say it's better or worse than timing some people out myself.
Yeah, you can see they're talking about they gotta await the autopsy. Where he was shot seems to be disputed. They're waiting for the autopsy. A witness provided aid to his buttocks inside. That's what they say. So they got a witness apparently. But again, police ain't going around shooting nobody that testified against a lady who put herself in jail. Because his testimony wasn't nothing big. He had no evidence to give out. He had nothing. Like, the prosecutor did everything. The prosecutors did a great job.
The murder trial followed by millions across the country. Two jurors.
And I did a video on this, but damn system crashed. So I gotta do this again. So I'm gonna run through this real quick because I already did this like an hour ago. And I lost the file. So I'm running through what I already did.
Breaking their silence about the sentence given to former Dallas police officer Amber Guyger for shooting and killing a man in his own apartment. And we're now hearing from the victim's brother.
Dallas police officer Amber Guyger of murder, tonight taking us into that jury.
Crying. A lot of crying.
Prosecutors were asking for 28 years. You all landed at 10.
I told everyone because we all agree that it was a mistake, and I don't think Bo would want to take harsh.
And they picked one white and one black juror member. And I like old girl on the left, her little acting she did, her little spiel she does.
I think he would want to forgive her.
Guyger shot and killed 26-year-old Botham John when she entered.
Since that killed unarmed black men, when they got out, they
Let's listen to her talk.
To any of those.
So let's listen to the girl on the left talk, the lady on the left.
Want to forgive her.
Guyger shot and killed 26-year-old Botham John when she entered his apartment mistaking it for hers.
You can't compare this case to any of those other officers killing unarmed black men. Those officers that killed unarmed black men, when they got out, they went back to living their lives.
What is she saying? When they got out, those officers who killed unarmed black men unjustly, when they got out, they went back to living their regular lives.
Amber Guyger, she showed remorse in that she's going to have to deal with that for the rest of her life.
She showed remorse. She's going to have to deal with that first. She got the same amount of time as those guys who killed unarmed black men. Same amount of time.
Can I give her a...
But that looked like a little bit of acting from that juror on the left, that female juror.
Please.
I'm running through this.
Tom, Mark,
Right over here to subscribe to our channel.
Someone shot and killed your brother. You get what I'm trying to say?
Now, let's run through this right quick. We are looking at lives people were doing about the Amber Guyger news breaking. Run through this real quick. Now, what I was saying about the lives is different people have different personalities on their lives. But what you can see is a lot of black people being racist. A lot of black people being feed into the divide and conquer. Not knowing what they're talking about, spouting ignorance. Some people might not know this it's a dog and pony show. This whole trial is a show. I mean, who wears a Dragon Ball Z shirt and shorts to a murder trial to testify? And again, police didn't kill him. I don't even think he is dead, but I'm not going to get into that part of it. Police couldn't have killed him because he already he already said everything he knew. I mean, he didn't know nothing else. Nobody else can prove he knew nothing else. You can say, oh, he knew this, and no, he didn't know nothing. Everything he knew was on record at the trial. His little testimony was not the smoking gun and getting Amber convicted. So, ain't no police going out trying to get revenge on him. Why do the police go after him? Why wouldn't the police go after the prosecution who got her convicted? And the prosecution, the one who did all the work and presented all the evidence. So, you went after nobody. You went no. And again, when I said this news broke like 2 hours ago, the article was the one that pushed the idea of assassination. Like, social media couldn't have been outraged because social media just got the news. And just getting the news, you're already saying social media is outraged. No, social media is not outraged. Now, y'all want social media to be outraged, so you said social media was outraged in that article. Just so you know what I'm talking about.
Technique at night. And tonight we're going to be talking about the neighbor of Botham John.
Now, she did her live right when the news broke. A bunch of people jumped on online when the article broke online, when they got word.
We're going to be talking about the key witness in the case going on. Now, I've been covering the Amber Guyger going on, and as it was reported that one of the...
I'm trying to get to her reading the article that came out. The article that came out 2 hours ago that nobody on social media has saw but until just now. So there's no way social media can be outraged and said it was an assassination because social media didn't know he was dead until that article came out. Which the article just came out.
Testimony when she came forward and she had gotten a big old message.
So the article is planting ideas.
And I was working, flooded with people contacting Jean's family has reported on this, and then flooded with people contacting me, and both them had smoked weed, and they both had.
Get to the article.
On the shooting, but has not confirmed Brown identity. Because Brown worked closely with the prosecutors just a week ago to ensure Amber Guyger was properly convicted. Okay, so this is another update from the maximum are raised different. There are a lot of she was treated.
And I said it differently yesterday, and at that point, I just discontinued any time.
Like, oh yeah, TMZ comments are racist as F. And I don't understand why TMZ allows it, but they definitely are always racist.
Exactly. I would want
Well, free speech.
with me.
Anyway, you can go watch her video where you'll find her reading the article. Because everyone read the same article that did the first lives. When the article stated clearly, putting the idea in people's head of assassination, they just controlling the whole narrative. What was the other video? Inside the home.
For the first time, jurors in the murder trial of a white former Dallas police officer who shot Omar Villafranca at the courthouse in Dallas.
Okay.
He mistakenly thought he was
This is the body cam. The cops going up the steps. First getting there.
her apartment. Omar Villafranca is at the courthouse in Dallas.
Moments later, you can see Pierce frantic moments after the shooting, and both frantic in this body cam video. She told investigators she mistook 26-year-old Botham Jean for 7 minutes, who was Flater.
Did you tell me?
Former Dallas police.
Yeah, that's when they first came in. She let her. I thought it was my apartment. There's really nothing to hide. There's nothing really to cover up. I'm talking to the people who don't think this is a show or a script. Okay, the ones who think it's a script, you're straight. The ones who don't think it's a script, there was nothing to hide or cover up in this case. There was no contamination.
Officer Amber Guyger appears frantic in this body cam video. She told investigators she mistook 26-year-old Botham Jean.
Yeah.
Paramedics are the interaction between Guyger and Morning. Brown became emotional.
Did you tell one of the...
That he was heading back to his apartment when he heard the interaction between Guyger and Jean.
Okay, that's the guy who was shot, Joshua Brown. He was headed back to his apartment when he heard the interaction. In the interaction again, there was no sexual relationship between these two.
Followed by 2 gunshots.
Did you tell one of the voices was giving loud commands like stop police or anything of that nature?
Yeah, but no, that wasn't what they were saying.
That's not what you heard?
No.
Later, Brown became a...
If you want to know what he heard, go back to the trial video and see if they asked him what he heard. But obviously, it wasn't that important what he heard. If you don't find it in the trial video, you should find it. And again, there was no relationship between the two because he didn't say, "Oh, I heard them talking about not wanting to be together or some bullshit or some special inside deals or something."
Emotional, talking about
Again, this actor in his Dragon Ball Z shirt and pants.
what it was like living across from Jean.
Again, racism, divide and conquer. You're brainwashed.
Heard him singing every morning.
So from in the hallway, you can hear his activity. You have to say it out loud, I'm sorry.
Yes, ma'am.
Yesterday's testimony also cleared up some speculation on how Guyger got into Jean's...
Yeah, let me know how she got in. The door was, how the script goes, the door was cracked open. I'm telling you, I already did this video. And my shit froze up and I lost the video. So I'm just running through this again, y'all.
This is Meet Me. Meet, chat, and go live. Get the app now.
Good morning.
Okay, this is some more bullshit people are in uproar about. Cop in Guyger case asked for Dash County to be turned off because she wanted to talk to her attorney. It really doesn't matter if the dash cam was turned off or not, cause there's nothing that they were hiding. Again, there was nothing to hide. So it makes sense for anything to be turned off, cause there was nothing to hide, nothing at all.
Everybody, here are a few stories we think you'll be talking about today.
Well, what you gonna say? What they was hiding a relationship or something? What y'all want to make up something in the comments that they was hiding something? Cause there was nothing to hide. But I don't care if the dash cam was on or off. There was nothing to hide. No corruption to hide. Like no cover up. She was convicted. She shot him. You saw when I played the video, the police running up the stairs. They immediately went to the apartment. She screams, "I thought it was my apartment." Like, what's there to hide? What's the reason do the police have to hurt Joshua Brown? I'm repeating myself again when he already said everything he knew at the trial. His part was so small.
Guyger murder trial. In it, you can see Sergeant Mike Mata lean into the patrol car that Guyger was sitting in and tell another officer to turn off the dash cam. Prosecutors allege he was trying to protect Guyger and hide evidence. Our Omar Villafranca asked,
Hide evidence of what? Didn't know. Cause there was nothing to hide. She was convicted. Hide evidence of what? So leave your comment in my comment section what you think. In La La Land, they was trying to hide. There's nothing to hide.
about that accusation.
During the trial, Hervis said that when you were talking to Amber Guyger and you asked for the camera to be shut off,
And the excuse was attorney privilege.
you say that's false.
The only reason that camera, I asked for that camera to be off, is because the attorney was calling the officer. And that is attorney-client privilege. And that's a right every citizen has, regardless.
This some more bullshit they just put out there. This more bullshit.
You hear from the...
Who the fuck gives a crap if the dash cam was turned off? Cause she was convicted. There was nothing to find out with the dash cam being on. Like, what were they hiding, you guys? Like, tell me. Cause y'all don't know. Cause there was nothing to hide. I'm not playing her video. That's Machete S. Go check her out. She's I'm gonna say Black Extreme, but she's brainwashed to the core. Talking about revolutions and stuff and civil wars and stuff. Like, no, lady. Like, you drinking the she drinking the Kool-Aid too much. So go check her out. Her video called "The Witness Found Dead, Murdered." And you can see what I mean by she's a little too extreme and she's really brainwashed with this divide and conquer stuff. She really is. Because when you go watch her video, the thing she suggests people do with civil war and hurting other people and rising up against the powers that be, like yeah, just keep your mind straight and stay out the stop drinking the Kool-Aid. Stop drinking the propaganda Kool-Aid, people. There's a plan. There's a plan. Trust me, there's a plan. God has a plan. Even if you don't believe in God, God has a plan. Trust me. And that's the witness. Okay, I think that is about the video, as much as I'm going to do on this, y'all. So let's recap. I was checking out other people doing their lives about the dude Joshua Brown being shot. And I was talking about how racist the chat rooms get and how they display the same divide and conquer mindset that the powers that be want them to. I like to call it the devil. The devil wants you to put you against one another. And so you're looking, fighting at one another. Because you really don't know what the hell, if this is even real, y'all. You really don't know. I'm talking to the ones that woke, the ones that like to think in that woke session, the ones that just see the trial for, hey, it happened and it's real. Like, don't feed into the stupid divide and conquer agenda. This dude wore.
I don't know.
This dude wore a Dragon Ball Z shirt and a pants, a shorts to a murder trial, and he's doing crocodile tears. Now his character has been killed off in this soap opera, Botham Jean and Amber Guyger, because they're still continuing this soap opera. So, what was it all saying about Amber Guyger? Yeah, so it was the people. They was talking about the Bible, the judge in the Bible, the forgiveness of the brother gave Amber. Then you had a dash cam video thing come out. Then the Botham Jean witness is dead now. You know, talking about the hugging. So let's look at the timeline before I end the video. Forgiveness, hugging. All black people were tripping because he forgave somebody. Um, he did another interview with some morning show. He did more interviews. When did that dash cam one come out? I'm trying to make sure I cover all my ins and out. Yeah, so yesterday was the dash cam video came out, and they wanted you to be in uproar about, hey, maybe they're hiding something on the dash cam, y'all. Hey, look at this, y'all. The dash cam was cut off, y'all. The police are hiding something from y'all, black people. Maybe I should go crazy and riot and all this shit. And then today, you get Joshua Brown is dead. You remember that board game called Clue? You had to figure out. You played it in school, grade school. It's called Clue. You had to figure out who killed who. So you was a private investigator. It's just like that board game. It's kind of playing out like Clue. Let's see. Joshua Brown, Michael Imhotep, premiering now. Yeah, whatever. Key witness in Gabo Jago, yeah, murdered. So he's murdered. Yesterday was the dash cam. Day before that was the judge in the Bible and the brother hugging. Day before that she was sentenced 10 years. And the family did have a little outburst saying how unfair it was. So I mean.
Botham Jean must stop. And it must stop for you. Because after now, I leave Dallas. But you live in Dallas. And it must stop for everyone. The contamination of a crime scene that we saw coming out of this case.
So what was the contamination? Anyway, it was anyway. As you can see, the cops went in. She say, oh, yeah, I thought it was my apartment. It couldn't have been much contamination. You saw them do CPR on him. What's the contamination, y'all? The bullets was there. The body was there. She admitted to shooting him. She got convicted. I mean, usually in stuff like this, they push different agendas. Of course, they're pushing the race hate agenda and they keep y'all in the matrix. Your mind so little, mind so little.
It must never happen. This was applied in the way that it ought to have been taught. She killed. Because after
she killed him, she got 10 years. And they're still continuing on with this script. Either way, right after she got 10 years, some of the family members who were dressed in red, some of the females went out to the cameras, started yelling at the cameras about how unjust it was, about the 10 years was so unjust, and how you get more time for drugs and stuff. And, that was a little protest they had that day. Let me see.
It's birthday. I'm gonna take before you understand that our lives matter.
Our Lives Matter. That's the paid group Black Lives Matter was pushing all that 2015, and that was paid though. It was a lot of scripted stuff I saw in Black Lives Matter protests and dealing with their leader. Their leader stayed on the big house in the hill that was given to him by some white man. So I mean,
Two families changed forever.
And assess the defendant's punishment at 10 years imprisonment. And
Amber Guyger's sentence sparking anger.
10 years for a man's life. No, there's no justice.
and that's what I'm talking about when after the 10-year sentence, some of the family members came out and did a pre-conference.
How many of us is it gonna?
Tell me she sentence sparking anger.
10 years for a man's life. No, there's no justice to this.
How many of us
Yeah.
is it gonna take before you understand that our lives matter?
Let me zoom in so I can show y'all she not crying. Just so, just so y'all can see it when I say it. She's not crying. I want y'all to see it. I want y'all to think I'm making shit up.
And an incredible act of healing. But what's next?
No, there's no justice to this.
How many of us?
Yeah, that no justice, no peace, government made up slogan, that propaganda shit, that, yeah.
Is it gonna take before you understand?
No tears. No tears, y'all. Don't worry about the little gloss in her eye. You see the tears, y'all. Maybe I'll find a longer video, you may see some, but do you see any tears? Because this is, like, after she started speaking, and still ain't no tears.
That our lives matter.
Basically, she said Black Lives Matter.
And
I hope we don't see Black Lives Matter. Oh my gosh. I don't feel like listening to that shit no more. I listened to that shit all 2015. Black Lives Matter was everywhere on TV just about every day. That's a propaganda government group.
incredible act of healing. But what's next for the city of Dallas?
If we can't get justice, there won't be a damn Texas OU game. There won't be a state fair. Anything going on.
Live from South.
Some more organized protesters wearing red, same as the red the parents was wearing in the courtroom. And Botham Jean Floyd mat was red. The Devils wear red. The Devil and Prada red. The reason I sound like this because I already did this video and I had to do it again because I lost the file. The file got the system crashed. So I'm trying to get through with this. I'm trying to get through this.
FAA News at 10 starts now.
Alright, let's look at the fake arrest, the fake throwdown. I'm straight up saying this is a script, y'all. I'm just going straight to it being a script. So if you want to go ahead and change the video over to people who believe this is real and people who talk about hating white people, if you want to go to somebody's channel that is brainwashed and stuck in the matrix and stuck in race and racism, because I don't give a shit about race and racism. Like, no, I threw that out of my mind a long time ago. And that them games they like to play with humans. When I play games with humans, I ain't got time for that race stuff.
At 10 starts now.
Okay. Obviously, she wasn't doing nothing wrong. So for the camera, they had to throw it. Okay. Obviously doing nothing wrong. So for the camera, to pull heartstrings, to try to get outraged, this is how the scene is set up. Just pull her on the ground. She has on red, so she's part of the paid protesters.
Well, the case itself has divided so many people, and tonight Amber Guyger's sentencing has sparked a heated scene in downtown Dallas. Protesters facing off with police just moments ago.
That's right. Those protesters have been marching for.
And I want to show you some video right now because.
And I'm trying to make this quicker. Let's go see if we can find a fuller video of why they threw that lady on the ground in red.
A few hours ago, this is where this night really got going. They blocked the streets, and that is the first time that they came in contact with the Dallas Police Department. Dallas Police telling.
And if you're still listening at this point, when I first heard the verdict that was 10 years, I was upset for like maybe an hour and a half. Because I was saying 15 years. And that's no really only 5-year difference. And I was upset for maybe an hour and a half. But I knew not to be upset. That's why I'm not even upset. Because it's like she got convicted. Blah, blah, blah. Like my emotions only lasted an hour. Because they want to pull your heartstrings. They want you to feel a certain type of way. And it only lasted an hour. Like, it only lasted an hour before I came back to my senses. Like why am I tripping?
Get off of the streets. They were not moving. There was a heated moment that took place there, and then they continued their march throughout the streets of downtown Dallas. But it was at Dealey Plaza minutes ago.
I knew they weren't going to give her much time. I'm like, why am I feeling this way? Like, why? And that only lasted an hour. And I just, I guess I had to feel what people black, because black was feeling. And again, this is the second time I'm recording this video. I am tired, so forgive me for staggering all over the place, y'all. Forgive me for not having my thoughts all straight right now. But when I first heard the verdict, I felt a certain way for about an hour about her getting 10 years, even though I said it's gonna be 15. Don't even think this thing is 100% real. All these crocodile tears, and just the story don't make sense. And if I thought it was real, the 10 years is like fine, whatever to me. The 10 years is fine to me. If I say this is real, the 10 years is fine to me. She accidentally killed a man. The way the trial played out made sense why they gave her 10 years. The way the script played out made sense why they gave her 10 years and not 20 years. Well, not 99 years. Like her story was, it was an accident. Nobody else got nothing, evidence or nothing else. Y'all have no evidence or nothing else. The ones who believe this whole story is real, y'all have nothing that proves this was premeditated, that she was dating him, that they had something going on. All the juror went off was she said it was an accident, so they gave her 10 years for murder. Then you had Botham Jean family and Amber Guyger family during the sentencing phase, doing all the witnesses come up and they say good things about each person. So that's how the trial played out. I don't even believe it's real. If I did believe it was real, I think the sentence was fair. But I don't believe this is real. I believe this is another divide and conquer tactic. The reason I think the sentence is fair because I'm not racist. I don't see race. I understand race. But I'm not into race and racism. I'm not into Western society culture. I'm not into that brainwash that they give y'all, the bicker about over colors. Y'all bicker about colors. And you bicker about being from here, being from there. Everything is dirt, y'all. It's all dirt. It's nothing. It's not a country. It's all just dirt. You're from dirt. I mean, you're from dirt. You're just walking on dirt. Like, why are you worried about where you're from? Try more worry about coming together as humans and not as being separated by race. Which I know y'all didn't wake up or was born and said, oh, I want to be black or oh, I want to be white. By that I mean you didn't agree to be called black and you didn't agree to be called white. You didn't agree for there to be a such thing to. You didn't agree for there to be a such thing as race or racism. Now, you were born into this mess, this entire mess that this country keeps pushing onto its people. You don't have transgender people say they identify as the opposite sex, or you have people say they don't identify as a sex. You see people who identify as a dog. People who can just identify as humans and not have race applied. You can have a country full of just people and not have race or culture applied to them. Some separate race or culture. That's a shitty way to build a society. It's to apply race and racism to the people. And by society, I mean they did it to the whole entire world. And when I say they, I'll let you decide who they is. They did it to the whole entire world. It divided and conquered the minds of the whole entire world of humans. Instead of bringing humans together, they grouped them off. Then they give them bullshit stories to fight over, and bullshit reasoning to fight over.
Arrest of the night. I will tell you,
So let's just continue the video about the protest. We'll probably look at 1 or 2 more videos, then we'll cut this.
With these protesters, people who have been activists in this community, they say they are disappointed with this sentence for Amber Guyger. They say that despite Botham Jean's brother offering forgiveness to Amber, they say that this sentence is more a statement about what is going on in this country today when it comes to African American lives. And they are out here on the streets of downtown Dallas.
Oh, this is ignorance. This is ignorance. Ignorance. This is the matrix you're looking at. This is people inside the matrix. People who minds are chained. You don't see the big illusion. Y'all don't see the big illusion? Yes, I said illusion, so okay. Y'all, these are delusional people. We live in a delusional society. Illusion is very delusional. Live in a delusional state of mind that they say is real. It's not. It's like saying you're a girl when you're a dude. It's just not real, y'all.
Protests. I want to bring you back out live.
As we live in delusional, we have delusional states of mind. And part of that delusional state of mind is the indoctrination of being in a racist society, controlled society. You know, race and racism isn't in existence by way of choice by regular humans. And there's people in power that put race and racism into existence, hundreds of years ago. If you go back to other societies, I'm pretty sure you're going to find societies where race wasn't a thing. There was no such thing as race or racism. No such thing as calling a walking human white or black. When you see another human who they call white walk by, you did not know that was a white person because we did not use. I don't understand y'all society. I understand y'all society, but y'all are delusional. There's no such thing as categorizing humans off into race.
Right now, at this moment, it is peaceful, but it has been off and on for a few hours. They started.
You may not understand what I'm saying, but your roots are from God and not from I'm black or I'm white. That's a mindset that this worldwide society put on everybody. It was divide and conquer again. Like we aren't race.
Their protests right after.
We are just simply human.
Been following them, and we will continue to do that as this night goes on, guys. We'll send it back into you.
This was protests from yesterday, or the day before yesterday. Same night the trial ended with 10 years for Mr. Guyger, or Miss Guyger. Just like slaves said they weren't slaves and they started to escape. Blacks whites, you aren't racist. So how about you aren't race? So how about you escape that mindset that race is a thing? We should escape that. Oh, sure, it's an illusion. It's a thing, and you're delusional. But how about escape the delusion, and you'll see things a lot clearer. And you'll see who the real enemy is. And maybe I'll go on the streets and protest the real enemy. How about that? Because the real enemy is leading you astray. No, you don't want to protest the real enemy. No, no. You want to protest some made up shit. Okay, I'm not rambling on. Okay, I'm going to do another live about this. Well, this is a live. I'm recording this live. I'm going to do another video about this. And talk more about the delusion and illusion of race and racism and the infrastructure of society. But not if you are a king or queen and you have 1,000,000 people you have to control and rule over. At what point in time do you think applying race and racism to your peasants is a good idea? So at one point in time, do you usher in, like, we're going to call you humans black and we're going to call you humans white? As a king, why do you think that's a good idea to break your people down into categories and give them trifling mindsets, divide and conquer mindsets? But look out for my next video because I'm going to do a lot better trying to articulate what I'm saying. But I know some people understand what I'm saying, and I know you do. I know you do. So one more time, let's find who's live on this Amber Guyger trial.
Transformation, in other words, fully, that they're transformed fully into the victim.
Shot me out shot. Not spiritual, like my computer like froze, but it's still running.
In there is actually very real, where you have a cop who's really trying to do the right thing. He thinks he could call for backup. He's in a high-risk territory, and he gets killed by a member of the cartels or some other
No, they don't.
And then people, when they feel like when they get liquor in them, they...
Anyway, let's end it like this. Cops did not assassinate Joshua Brown because Joshua Brown was not a key witness in getting Amber Brown convicted. Amber Guyger convicted. Amber Guyger got herself convicted when she said when she told the jurors she intended on murdering Botham Jean. She said she entered the wrong house by accident. Okay, that's why they gave her 10 years, because there was no charge of premeditated murder. There was no scene of passion and love went wrong between her and Botham Jean. Sentencing phase, they stated their case in sentencing phase why Amber shouldn't get a lot of time, and Botham Jean prosecution stated why she should get a lot of time. Jurors decided to come back with 10 years. Again, Joshua Brown didn't have no new information about nothing. He knew nothing about him going to his apartment, hearing the commotion across the hall, and hearing a gunshot. So you can strike out assassination by police because he had already gave all his testimony in court, so there was no reason to assassinate him. So you can comment why you think they needed to assassinate him in the comment section. It's gonna be I'm just gonna laugh because you just don't understand what I'm saying by that. You don't understand what I'm saying when I say there was no need for police to assassinate him because he had already said what he's heard and saw. Plain and simple. That he was no threat to nobody. And let's go on to what I believe. This is all fake. And this is just to get people mad and upset. And the devil love to play with humans inside its kingdom. So let the devil play with your mind and your perception and be delusional all you want. This has been Awkward Occurrence with Awkward Entertainment, and I will see you in the next video.